What's up, Dolphins fans? It's Mitchell Renz from Chat Sports, and what we're going to be talking about here on today's show is everything going on around the whole Brian Flores situation and how owner Stephen Ross responded. Now, for those of you that maybe live underneath a rock or don't have, pay attention whatsoever to what's going on in the NFL, Brian Flores came out and he sued the NFL, the New York Giants, the Miami Dolphins, and the Denver Broncos. The former Dolphins head coach alleges racism in hiring practices, and essentially this entire document or lawsuit is 58 pages, which was filed in Manhattan federal court Tuesday, and it seeks class action. So what I'm going to do here is go through everything that has to do with the Brian Flores lawsuit and then how Stephen Ross responded. Here's what ESPN had to say on the whole Flores lawsuit. Flores alleges that Dolphins owner Stephen Ross attempted to incentivize him to tank or purposely lose games shortly after he was hired in 2019, with Ross allegedly offering Flores $100,000 for every loss that season. Flores says that as the team won games late in the season, Dolphins general manager Chris Grier told him Ross was mad that the on-field success was compromising the team's draft position. So here's my question to everyone, because this is what Chat Sports is about. Are Brian Flores' allegations true that Stephen Ross offered to give him $100,000, $100,000 to lose games? I want you to go down to the comment section and type T for true, or if you don't believe it, go ahead and type F for false. I will say this. I obviously wasn't on the yacht. I don't know if Tom Brady was the other guy there, but if this comes out to be true, Stephen Ross absolutely will have to sell the Miami Dolphins. I mean, if I was a season ticket holder, if I was a Dolphins fan, I wouldn't want to go to games. I wouldn't want to pay my hard-earned money to give it to somebody who's literally telling these people to lose games. And I know I've said this before, not on this show, but on other Chat Sports content this week. If Pete Rose can't make it into the Baseball Hall of Fame for betting on baseball and technically never betting on himself, how are you going to be able to sit here and convince me that an owner of an NFL franchise doesn't or deserves to be an owner if he's literally telling his team to tank games or telling the head coach that he should lose on purpose? Now, the offseason is a wild, wild time, and hopefully this Dolphins YouTube channel can get up to having videos every single day. The only way that's possible is if you get more subscribers. So I'm trying to get to 21,000 subs on this bad boy. So if you love the Dolphins, you're trying to stay up to date, hit that sub button and turn on those notifications. That way you don't miss a thing. Now, let's keep on breaking down here what ESPN had to say on the whole Flores lawsuit. Flores also alleged that the Giants interviewed him last month for their head coaching vacancy for no other reason than compliance with the NFL's Rooney Rule, which requires teams to interview minority candidates for their open positions. I understand that this text message is a little bit difficult to see, but according to Flores and according from his team, this text message was sent from Bill Belichick. Now, basically what happened here was this. Bill thought he was texting Brian Daboll, congratulating him on the head coaching job. Unfortunately, he sent it to Brian Flores. This text was sent 3 days before the news was, out that Daboll was the head coach. I don't know if you've ever been in a situation where you thought you were texting your side piece, but you decided to text your girlfriend. That's essentially what happened here. My only question is, when you look at these text messages, they don't really sound like at all how Bill Belichick would text. Maybe I'm surprised that he even texts at all. At the end of the day, though, this is what Flores is hoping to accomplish with his 58-page lawsuit. He's hoping that you have increased influence of black individuals in the hiring process, increase objectivity of hiring/firing GMs, head coaches, and coordinators, increase the number of black coordinators, incentivize hiring/firing of black GMs, head coaches, and coordinators, and then transparency of pay for GMs, head coaches, and coordinators. So when you see all of that, and hopefully I did my best to give you the, Spark Notes version or the Cliff Notes version of that, because if you want to go through and read 58 pages, you have a lot more free time on your hands than I do. So hopefully I was able to wrap all that up for you as best as I possibly could. But give me your one-word reaction to the Flores lawsuit as it stands right now. Now, the next thing we're going to be talking about now is what Brian Flores had to go ahead and say, because I do have a lot of respect for Flores. I think he's a really good head coach, and this is what he had to say. God has gifted me with a special talent to coach the game of football, but the need for change is bigger than my personal goals. And making the decision to file the class action complaint today, I understand that I may be risking coaching the game that I love, and that has done so much for my family and for me. My sincere hope is that by standing up against systemic racism in the NFL, others will join me to ensure that positive change is made for generations to come. I do hope that you do end racism, no doubt about it. And we're about to get into what Stephen Ross had to say in this whole situation. But before we do, if you guys want to get your hands on some awesome Dolphins gear, I know Valentine's Day is right around the corner. And my girlfriend literally asked me the other day, she's like, what do you want for Valentine's Day? If I can get some awesome NFL gear, that's always what I'm looking for. So if you go to chatsports.com/Dolphin sale, you can get hats, you can get shorts, the hoodie. I personally believe right now the best bang for your buck at the link that you see below is this long sleeve and t-shirt combo. You can actually get this for $34.99. Usually it's over $50. I mean, if you're telling me right now I can get a t-shirt and a long sleeve and it's basically 25% off, I personally believe that is a hell of a steal. It's at chatsports.com/Dolphin sale. The latest news and rumors circulating around the Miami Dolphins is how owner Stephen Ross has responded to the allegations of Brian Flores, where Flores has indicated that he was offered $100,000 to lose games. Ross has simply said that he promises to cooperate with the NFL, and anytime you hear an owner say, yeah, I'm going to cooperate with the league, he's definitely trying to come off as an innocent man. He also went ahead and said that he's going to defend his integrity of the team and himself, and that the allegations against him are false, malicious, and I believe that word is defamatory, but I don't have my glasses on right now. Here's what Stephen Ross had to say on all the Flores allegations. With regards to the allegations being made by Brian Flores, I am a man of honor and integrity and cannot let them stand without responding. I take great personal exception to these malicious attacks, and the truth must be known. His allegations are false, malicious, and defamatory. We understand there are media reports stating that the NFL intends to investigate his claims, and I will cooperate fully. I welcome that investigation, and I am eager to defend my personal integrity and the integrity and values of the entire Miami Dolphins organization from these baseless, unfair, and disparaging claims. Now, Flores, okay, he appeared on Get Up on Wednesday to talk about exactly what happened. Flores literally said that Stephen Ross told him to take a flight, go on vacation, I'll give you $100,000 per loss. He also said that this was his demise in Miami. Flores wants to be a head coach. I think he's a very well-respected man. But if your boss or owner did say that to you, I'm definitely sure it could hurt you a little bit. Flores then also went ahead to say to disrespect the game like that, trust was lost, and there was certainly some strained relationships. And ultimately, I think that was my demise in Miami. So if you're a Dolphins fan, I do think you actually have to pick a side in this. Like, do you believe Stephen Ross claiming that everything Brian Flores is saying is a bunch of baloney? Or do you believe Brian Flores saying that he was offered $100,000 by Stephen Ross? So let me know down in the comment section. Type SR for Ross, or I want you to go ahead and type BF for Brian Flores. Now, personally, I believe Brian Flores, and the reason is a lot of times because you see these owners, they definitely are afraid to cover up their tracks. Now, the fact that Hugh Jackson came out and spoke about it, I actually think that hurts Brian Flores' situation because it sounds like Jackson's just trying to make up an excuse for why he was so bad everywhere he's went. But I also remember this. The rumors around Tank for Tua were very, very real. People like Adam Schefter, Ian Rappaport, they don't miss on these type of stories often. And when you saw the amount of people who are really well connected in the NFL report that Dolphins could be tanking for Tua, I'm starting to believe what Brian Flores is saying. Now, I definitely think that Flores didn't deserve to get fired when you consider the fact of all the work that he did his first year, and then the fact that they won 10-6 second season, and the fact that they won 7 straight games, finished the year 9-8. Flores, you know, is a good coach. I will also go ahead and say this, that race, I do not believe played a factor whatsoever in Flores being fired. And I know there's going to be a lot of people that might come after me for saying that comment, but I also think it's fair to say that because Chris Grier is another man of color. I think it really came down to Grier and Stephen Ross had a different agenda with Tua Tagovailoa. And at the end of the day, whether it was fair or not, because firing Brian Flores was not fair by any stretch of the imagination, it just comes down to he didn't listen to his boss. And that definitely sucks because I do think that Ross wanted to have better draft picks. I do think that at times Ross was frustrated with Flores winning games. And because he's a billionaire, because he feels like he can do what he wants, he decided to let go of Brian Flores for not listening to him. So for that reason, I don't think race had anything to do with it. It's just the same way if you don't listen to your boss, no matter what they tell you, guess what? He has the power to let you go.